Welcome to my channel. Please like, comment, and subscribe. In this video, we are going to talk about Detroit Maritime Law. Detroit is a Midwestern city in the heart of interior of the US, but it is also an important maritime location and has been for hundreds of years. Detroit is situated on the Detroit River, which connects two of the Great Lakes. Ship comes from the Atlantic Oceans up to the St. Lawrence Seaway through Lakes Ontario and Erie, and finally onto the Detroit River. From here, they may continue on through Lakes Huron and Michigan to Chicago, and cargo may even continue from there in barges down the Mississippi River. The Port of Detroit plays a big part in this long chain of shipping and international trade. The Port of Detroit and the surrounding waters are busy with trade, shipping, and even ferries and a small cruise ship. This means that working in this maritime area is dangerous for seamen and longshoremen alike. Waters on the Great Lakes can be as hazardous as any other regions in the world, and the Port of Detroit is busy, full of big equipment, heavy cargo, and a lot of moving parts. Accidents and injuries in this industry are all too common. If you get hurt on the job here, let a Detroit maritime lawyer help you get compensation you deserve. And then the next is about the Port of Detroit. Detroit is one of several ports in the state of Michigan, but it is the largest and most important to the shipping industry. It sits on the west side of the Detroit River, opposite the international border with Canada and the city of Windsor in Ontario. Both public and private terminals for the Port of Detroit stretch from the southwest side of the city into suburbs farther downriver like Ecorse and River Rouge and up along the Rouge River. Detroit's terminal handles all kinds of cargo, including general cargo, liquids, dry cargo, and break bulk. Each year, there are millions of tons of cargo that come into and that leave the port. In fact, the Port of Detroit is the third largest in the country in terms of tonnage of steel cargo handled. Also, important here is coal, road building, commodities, and iron ore. In addition to the cargo terminals, Detroit has a space for ferries and regional cruise ships. Detroit Maritime Accident. Just because the Port of Detroit is not on the ocean does not mean it doesn't have dangerous waters. Accidents happen on the Great Lakes and on the Detroit River as ships come in and out of the port. In such incident that occurred in 2007, two crew members aboard a boat died when it sank in the river. The boat was the J.W. West Coast II, a 45-foot-long mail boat that played the river for years. Both the captain and a deckhand died in the accident, while delivering a pilot to an oil tanker. As the boat approached the tanker, it started to take on water, which is typical, but in this case, it took on more than usual. The boat listed to the port side and filled with water within a second. It happened too quickly for the two deceased crew members to escape. And then the busy terminals of the Port of Detroit are sometimes the site of accidents too. In 2013, for instance, a worker was killed in an accident with a forklift. The 62-year-old longshoreman was guiding a forklift driver. Unimportant jobs as a forklift carrying cargo have limited visibility. Unfortunately, this driver lost sight of the worker helping him and struck him with a forklift. The worker died from his injuries, and the incident demonstrates just how important communication is between workers in a port. One small breakdown in communication can lead to serious tragedy. Even when maritime accidents are not so fatally tragic, they can still cause serious problems, like injuries, damage to equipment, and environmental disaster. Two of these were the result after an incident that occurred on the Rouge River in 2013. A bulk carrier struck and damaged a historic bridge over the river. The Jefferson Avenue Bridge, it caused enough damage to the structure to shut it down for a long period of time. The ship also received significant and expensive damage, but luckily no one was injured. The fault for the accident was the drawbridge operator, who was found to be intoxicated. He lowered the bridge on the ship, causing the damage. Maritime rights and legal resources. If you work in the port of Detroit or on the ship that play the waters of the Great Lakes and the Detroit River, you have an exciting and lucrative job. You probably love your work. It is exciting and important, and it keeps you busy on your toes. The downside to maritime work anywhere is that it can be really dangerous if you have been injured in a workplace accident. You know how terrible it feels to be hurt and unable to work. It is also expensive, which is why you need to know your rights under maritime law. Whether you are a seaman or longshoreman, there is a law that entitles you to money for your injuries. Your employer might fight back if you try to get the money you are owed, and trying to use the law to get what you deserve can be daunting, especially when going up against a big insurance company. To help you make sense of it all, take advantage of legal resources like a Detroit maritime lawyer. This experienced professional can help you navigate maritime law, file claims, start lawsuits, and win in arbitration and court trials. Let this expert be your guide, your representation, and your ally in your fight to get the money you are owed. I think that's all the information that I can share to you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and if you need information about maritime topics, you are in the right channel. Because in this channel, we talk about it a lot. And if you guys want us to talk about or discuss about the information that you need about maritime topics, you can just drop your comment below in the comment section, and later when we have a chance, we will talk about it. And then do the same thing. If you guys have question, you can also drop your question in the comment section, and later when we have the answer and time, we will answer your question too. And also share this video to your friends, family, and your loved one. Maybe they need information about maritime topics. For example, maybe they need information about the Jones Act, or maybe LHWCA, or maybe Death on High Seas Act, or maybe they want to know about the maritime lawyer in the regions. When you share this video to them, it means you already helped them to get through their problems. I think that's all the information that I can share to you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give like, comment, and subscribe. Bye bye.